our experience across our airline clients, boarding music receives a huge amount of customer feedback, and it's probably the most subjective piece of content on board an aircraft. And so it can be a challenge to meet a brief that reflects that passenger feedback, but also an airline's brand and values. The beauty of offering bespoke boarding music is that you can create something unique and exacting to meet that brief. Bespoke boarding music offers an airline the opportunity to craft their own sound, something that passengers will always relate to their experience on board that airline, and as such, the airline's brand. And it doesn't need to stop at boarding music. It can also be implemented across phone lines for music on hold, buzz reels, or even advertising campaigns as well to create an overarching sonic strategy. The real sweetener from a product perspective is that it's cost effective and it can actually save an airline money. As Stella owns full master and publishing rights to the music, we can license the music directly to the airline, and as such, the airline can save costs in their performance license fees that they pay to their local collection agencies, savings that can amount to hundreds of thousands of dollars per year.
The boarding music is the one piece of content that every passenger hears. And this gives the airline a great opportunity to answer the question, what does your brand sound like? For example, Malaysia Airlines recently worked with Stella to compose a 30-minute piece of bespoke boarding music. And of course, the rich cultural texture of Malaysia had to be taken into account. The Islamic, the Malay, the Chinese, the Indian influences all had to be reflected in this piece of music. It was a challenge, but with working together with the client and our composers, we were able to come up with just the right mix. Similarly, a destination might be an inspiration for a piece of bespoke boarding music. For example, we recently worked on a piece that was based on the luxury island holiday getaway. So out came the ukuleles, the guitars, the bongos, the congas, even some steel drums, mixed in with a bit of lapping water and seagulls to create a lovely soundscape. The creative process in writing bespoke boarding music has a couple of challenges. One is that the piece of music is generally half an hour long. We're not writing a 60-second television jingle. This is 30 minutes of music. That already has its challenges. It needs to build and flow and ebb. The instrumentation, arrangement that reflects the culture of the piece of music. It might need to sound from the subcontinent. It might need Middle East influences or Asian influences. Some composers can write rock and roll, some composers can write folk, but we have a versatile service that enables to write in a whole genre of styles, which is perfect for the airline industry. As far as the time frame goes of producing a piece of bespoke boarding music, it's very important to us that we work closely with the creative teams at the airline and make sure that we know the direction that we're taking, and once we're agreed on that, we can turn around a piece of music in a couple of weeks.